If you've been enjoying your time rampaging around Los Santos and Blaine County but feel like things are starting to get stale, it's understandable that you may be looking for other games like GTA. Let's face it, a lot of us have been in that world since 2013, and although Rockstar continue to tease us with the prospect of GTA 6, we still have a long wait ahead of us. In the meantime, there are plenty of other ways to cure your cravings with a GTA-flavored substitute, and we picked out our favorites for you. Here are 7 games like GTA to keep you entertained until we find out where Grand Theft Auto is taking us next.
And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it.
Red Dead Redemption 2. You can probably guess why this one is here. Both the GTA and Red Dead are made by the same studio after all. Despite early 20th century setting, Red Dead Redemption 2, and its predecessor, if you feel like taking a step back in time, exemplify GTA's values of player freedom in an expansive open world that feels alive, a commitment to including even the most minute details, and morally questionable men and women doing morally questionable things. It would be oversimplifying the experience to call Red Dead Redemption 2 Grand Theft Auto with horses, but it's well worth checking out if you're in a GTA sort of mood. Saints Row, the third. Saints Row started as a pale imitation of GTA, desperately aping Rockstar's designs. The result was a lackluster effort that garnered a cult following for 2 games, but failed to stand apart. That all changed with Saints Row, the third, which looked at how grim and serious GTA games were getting, said, "F that," and went balls to the wall silly. This is a game where your gang is so famous and beloved that the opening mission has you robbing a bank dressed in novelty costumes of yourselves. There's a small-scale zombie apocalypse, lots of GTA-likes get bogged down in being self-serious, while Saints Row is content to just be as silly as it possibly can be. True, it's a bit of an older game, but it's backwards compatible on Xbox One and was ported to Nintendo Switch in 2019, so you have an excellent excuse to revisit the Saints.
Just Cause 4. Just Cause 4 delights in unprecedented levels of chaos, and it accomplishes this by giving you, the player, a ridiculous amount of freedom. Wingsuit? Check. Grappling hook? Check. The ability to surf on cars as a massive tornado lifts them into the air? Double check. If you were amused by the ragdoll physics of GTA 5, just wait till you see what you can achieve in the Republic of Medici. To be clear, Just Cause 4 holds none of the storytelling class or mechanical polish of Rockstar's signature franchise, but it instead excels with its, literally, sky-high approach to choreographing carnage on a massive scale. Watch Dogs 2. The original Watch Dogs was such a sour-hearted affair that Aiden Pierce's tale of revenge becomes almost unbearable by the end of it, but Ubisoft took that criticism to heart for the sequel. As such, the studio's follow-up eschews much more closely to the sentiments and tone of contemporary Grand Theft Auto titles, by using its setting as the stage for biting satire. Remember the Life Invader mission from Grand Theft Auto 5? Watch Dogs 2 is essentially that, but blown up to the scale of an entire game. Rockstar's parody of Silicon Valley still packs a little more punch than Ubisoft's, but Watch Dogs 2 regardless holds plenty of laughs for anyone who's had to sit through an Apple conference or a Facebook commercial. And hey, you get to use pool balls attached to bungee cord as a weapon, that's pretty sweet. Yakuza 0. Grand Theft Auto has always been celebrated for the way it brings cities to life, cramming its virtual worlds with dozens of side activities to enjoy outside of the main campaign. Yakuza 0 takes this design philosophy and goes to town on it. Where Grand Theft Auto 5 has tennis, yoga, and stock brokering, Yakuza 0 offers up karaoke, pool, arcades, wrestling, bowling, dancing, gambling and, awkwardly viewing some explicit material in the back of a video store. As that last one can attest to, not all of the side activities are tastefully made, but the sheer volume and diversity of things to do is staggering. The scale isn't nearly as expansive as GTA, but what Yakuza lacks in quantity, it makes up for in quirky, Offbeat, quality. Sleeping Dogs. Very much sticking to its name by turning into a sleeper hit back in 2012, Sleeping Dogs brings the likes of martial arts and B-movie stunt action to the conventions of the open-world crime genre. The result feels like a Grand Theft Auto game dressed in the garb of a classic Bruce Lee film, and it's fantastic. Sadly, the sequel, which apparently included a co-op campaign, got canned while still in the early stages of development, making Sleeping Dogs a rare gem that deserves more appreciation for the new ideas it brought to the table. The game even re-released on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One in 2014, so there's really no excuse to let Sleeping Dogs lie on the store shelf anymore.
Mafia 3. There is yet to exist a Grand Theft Auto game which doesn't include a run-in with the Mafia in some measure, which naturally leaves 2K's Mafia series as a good starting point for open-world enthusiasts with a taste for organized crime. These games come across as more grounded than the GTA series and its ilk, but you can easily see the echoes of titles like San Andreas and Grand Theft Auto 4 shining through their design. Mafia 3, the series' most recent release from Studio Hangar 13, hews more closely to the likes of Rockstar with a focus on side activities and a story centered around a war veteran trying to escape the demons of his past. That said, the meaty, slow-burning narrative is as much inspired by the likes of The Godfather and Goodfellas as it is Grand Theft Auto, written so effectively that you'll sometimes forget you're playing a video game and not watching a Scorsese flick. So, these are the top 7 GTA-like games we suggest you for now. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe and give a like and hit that bell icon to get notified.